Hey up everybody, Betty's back yet again. Right, today I will be making a nice skillet pizza. You could put any amount of toppings on you want, but I will show you the ingredients that I'm going to use and we'll get cracking. Right, so for my pizza, I'm going to be making like just a basic sausage and cheese pizza. So I got these a while back. They were on reduced section, as you can see. They're triple chili pork sausages. They make ideal stuff for a topping of a pizza. So we've took them out of the freezer, defrosted them. I've got some grated mozzarella because I'm feeling extremely lazy. I've also got some Gran Padano, which I used the other day as well. Salt, some onion granules, some garlic granules, 1 tin of tomatoes, some Italian seasoning. And this bit I'm doing a day in advance. I'll be making the pizza dough now, but it's tomorrow that I'll be doing the rest of the video. Some water, warm water, some plain flour, sugar, packet of dried yeast, and some olive oil. So I'll get on doing the pizza dough now. Right, so let's get cracking on with this pizza dough. So I've got 280 mils of warm water here. The packet of yeast is going to go in here. Along with 1 tablespoon of sugar. Going into there. Just put that there. And we'll give it a little mix. There we go. Just making sure that's nicely combined. Right. Into our flour, there's 420 grams of flour. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt. That's going into there. Right. Okay, so we're going to tip. I'll just take that off. Tip our flour into the mixer. There we go. I'm just going to give that a little second just to amalgamate, and then I'll come back. Okay, so that's nicely come together now. So into the flour, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. There's 1. And 2. There we go. And then our yeast and sugar mixture is going to be going into that. That's that. Put our dough hook on. So I'm going to be starting it off on quite a slow-ish speed. You can tell I don't use this machine very often. So like just to get it to come together. A nice slow speed. So it all combines nicely. I think I said earlier this is the day before I'm actually doing the actual pizzas. And I'll just cling film it and set it up in the fridge ready for tomorrow. So I'm just going to let that go for about a minute on a slow speed. And then I will speed it back up again. I'll come back in a second when that's about done. Right guys, so I've just changed the camera angle slightly so you can see sort of. It's had about a minute, I'm going to notch it up a little bit more. And I'm going to leave that running for about six minutes, something like that, till it all comes together nicely. So back in a second guys. Right, so it's had its 6 minutes and that has now formed a perfect little bowl there. It's cleaned the bowl so you know it's good. Right, so that is now that off there. I'm just going to switch you over here. What I've done is I've got some cling film and just lightly dusted it with some flour. I'm not going to mess about too much with that. Just going to put it into a bowl. I'm going to flatten it down, wrap it up in the cling film, and into the fridge this little beauty will go until tomorrow when I need it. So I will carry on with this tomorrow. It'll be a nanosecond for use. Right, schoolboy error. As man's just pointing out, you don't cling film it up, it's not pastry. You know, I'm having a senior moment again. Right, so basically I've put it into the bowl. I'm going to cover it in cling film, then put it into the fridge. I'll keep it somewhere warm and let it rise. Hey up everybody, I'm back. So I've taken my pizza dough out of the fridge after my little blooper there. I mistakenly thought I put it in the fridge and wrapped it up like it was some pastry. But obviously it's pizza dough, so you've got to let it rise. So I'm just letting it come back up to temperature and then I'll knock it back. And we'll go from there. But in the meantime, I'm going to make my tomato sauce first with the ingredients there. So I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so 1 tin of tomatoes. I'm using plum whole tomatoes, and all I do is use my potato masher, use a food processor, and I just squish that down a little bit. There we go. Just simple as that. Right. So, in with some salt and pepper, seasoned to taste. So, there we go. That's your salt. Sorry, that's your pepper. I'm getting worse today. Alright, so this will be coming back after the holidays. It's actually my birthday today, the Friday, the 16th. But this won't be out till we're back off holiday. But yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit. So that is some onion granules going in there. And some garlic granules as well. Actually, I'll use the other side. It'll come out a little bit better. Oh no, it won't. That's the other side. Just take that off and just add a little bit. It's going to be quicker. There we go. So basically, heat on. And we're going to bring that up. Give it a little bit of a stir. So I'm going to bring that up and then let it simmer for about 5-10 minutes and then turn it off and let it cool down. Oh, my days, my days, my days. I'm getting worse. I don't know what's going on with this video, but I'm forgetting all sorts. Italian seasoning. Just a little shimmy of that. You know, seriously, I am getting worse. So in need of this holiday. Chillax. And I can, not that I don't, I love cooking, but it's just going to be nice for that 10 days, 10 nights, not to have to cook, and just, you know, chillax. But anyway, I'll come back when this is done. Right, so while that's cooking away, we will skin our triple chili pork sausages. Yum, yum. So you've seen me do this before, but hey, You're just removing the skins. A slash down there. If we can get the skins off. Yeah, that's been a pain. Why aren't these coming off? Come on, man. Resistance is futile. Come on. Well, the skin's not wanting to come off that very easily. Ah, well, there you go. Still got half of it on there, look. Seem to be sticking a little bit to the sausage. I wonder if that's because we've had them frozen, I don't know. Well, they've been defrosted long enough. So, don't want that. Right, I'll wash my hands so I can turn this off. I'll come back to you when these are all done. Right, those did not want to part ways with the skins, so the remainder I've just chopped up into small chunks anyway, because it's only going to get broken up on top of the pizza anyway. So I gave that up as a bad chop. So, right, I'll come back in a second and we'll move on to frying these off. Right, so I've got my pan on reasonably high, and I'm going to slap these into here, ready to be fried off. Right, so I'm going to fry them for about 5 minutes or until they're nicely browned off and cooked. Just while these are cooking, I just want to show you I'm just smashing these up with a spatula just to make them into smaller bits, so it's easier to spread over the pizza. Right, come back in a second. Right, so those have had a good 5 minutes. As you can hear, they're crackling away there. They're nicely cooked now. A bit of colour on there, which is what you want. So I'm turning that off, and I'm going to let that cool down completely. Our sauce in the background is bubbling away. That probably needs a couple of minutes more, and that's done. So I'll come back to you in a second, guys. So while that's cooling down, I've put my oven on. I'm going to preheat to 200. I'm going to wrap it up even further than that when we actually cook the pizza. But I'm going to put my skillet in. Cast iron skillet. That's going in to the oven to warm up. So, I think my sauce isn't far off now. So, I'll be back in a second. So my sauce is reduced down. It's only for 2 pizzas. So, that should be about right. Perfect. So obviously I've got to let both of them cool down a little bit now. So we'll crack on with the actual pizza dough now. Right, so there is our dough. That's come up to temperature now. So I'm just going to knock this back. Oh, the air that come out of that then. Right. So, just working it off the sides there. It has stuck a little bit. So I'm just going to do a little bit of flour on my work surface so it doesn't stick. There we go. So that is our lovely pizza dough. So all I'm going to do is just bring this together like so, and just split it into 2 basically, making 2 pizzas out of it. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's about half. I have to be precise. So that half can go back in there. I think our skillet's about, Is it a 9-inch or a 10-inch? Can't remember. We've got 3 anyway. So that looks lovely. So I'm just going to have a go at rolling this out. I'm not the greatest at this, but so you can knock the air out of it. Trying to make it as round as I can. Lovely. It just keeps bouncing back, which is a good sign. Right. Right, so I'll just plod on with this and I'll come back when it's done. Okay, so that's about as round as I'm going to get it. So that is now ready to make the first pizza. Just waiting for my pan to warm up a little bit more and then we'll crack on. Right, so I've just got the skillet out the pan. Skillet out the oven. Make sure you have gloves or tea towels because that gets screaming hot. So we're going to attempt to put this in and work it in. I've probably got a little bit too big, but it doesn't matter. Make it like a deep pan, eh? In fact, I'm just going to roll that down a little bit. Just where it needs it. Gone a little bit oversized there. Actually, do you know what I forgot to do? Scratch that. So what I've done is put this little bit of cornmeal or corn maize on the bottom there. Now we can put the pizza in. The pizza base. That's just to make sure it doesn't stick. So there we go. I know that's going to have a little bit of a thick bit there, but I'm not bothered. That's just... It's rustic, innit? It's rustic. So, can you see that? I'm just double checking that you can see that. All right, I'll just shovel that across now. Right, so on with our tomato sauce. And we're just going to spread that evenly across here. Go right to the edges with it. I mean, I missed the trick there. I could have stuffed that bit with some cheese, couldn't I? Yeah. Have it like a stuffed crust. Never mind. It is what it is. Right, so. There we go. That is that. So we're going to go on now with some of our spicy sausage. You can add whatever you want onto your pizzas. This is just, we had these in the freezer and it needed using up, really. So I'm just, again, just spreading that about. Put whatever toppings you like on. This is something that we both like, that's why we've done this as well. Because I like pepperoni and salami and all sorts on. I love a bolognese pizza. So I would say that's about half of that. That's half of the sausage meat. Okay. So next is our mozzarella. I've gone lazy and got the grated stuff. Normally, I mean, we've got stuff, some of this in the freezer, but I've got a bit lazy. It is what it is. So, mozzarella over the top. As little or as much as you like. Cheesy goodness is what I say. I'll say that's about right. And I'm also putting on some grated Gran Padano, which I used the other day. Again, use combinations of cheese, what you like. We're just trying to use stuff up that we have in. And this hole doesn't want to open up. Right, there we go. Nice and cheesy. Nice and cheesy does it. Does it every time. Oh, yes. Sing along a Betty. Right, that is now ready to go into the oven. I've cranked the oven up to 220. Get my glove on. It's going back in the oven probably for about 10 minutes, if that. But I'm going to keep my eye on it. So, in it goes. I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes, a nanosecond for you. Okay, so that is that now out of the oven. Smells delicious. I'm just going to wait for it to cool down before I remove it. Right, so I'm just going to say I've got the second one out. I'm just going to let it cool down. And then it'll be, I'll slice it up and taste testing time. Okay, so I'm just going to slice this up. The first one I did, I had to put in for an extra 5 minutes or so. It didn't seem to be properly cooked on the bottom. I think that's because I didn't have the skillet in the oven long enough, probably. But there we go. So I'm just going to slice this up. There we go. That doesn't look too bad on the downside. So, right, you know what time it is. It's triple T time. Right, no weapons. Just my hands. I'm going to have a nice slice of this. And yes, dig in. That is really tasty. You see that's done. The other one wasn't quite as good as that. I had to leave it, like I said, an extra 5 minutes. Man's done one of these. I don't know if she's done it on her videos or not, but she's used to do a sourdough one, and that goes a lot crispier. I think it's because it's just pizza dough rather than sourdough pizza. It's a little bit softer anyway, but it is absolutely blooming delicious. Wow. That spicy sausage hits the spot. You've got the 2 cheeses on there. A little bit of heat from the pepper in the tomato sauce with all the herbs in there. Fantastic. That's going to be our tea tonight. Reheated. So it's a nice, quick, simple one for before we go on holiday, basically. But like I said, this isn't going to go out until we're back. So yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that. But yeah, if you like the look of that, give it a go. And I'd just like to say thank you all again for all your lovely comments, all your lovely recipe ideas, your likes, your shares. Keep them all coming. We absolutely love it. So, Betty's going to say bye for now. And I really can't wait for my holidays. So, when this comes out, like I said, I'll be back anyway. But hey, see you guys soon. Bye for now. Bye.